What if the game you're obsessed with suddenly becomes your real life? No respawns, no second chances, just bombs, an island, and survive or die. This is the story of a top-ranked player who thought he was untouchable until the game started playing him. The story starts with our main character, Ryota, who's constantly grinding a team-based fighting game. He plays non-stop, and over time, his rank keeps climbing. Eventually, Ryota reaches 10th place in the entire world, but he's not satisfied. Ryota feels like he's already the #1 player in Japan. Now, he wants to be the best in the whole world. The game he plays all day is insanely popular worldwide. The crazy part? Players don't get any guns. Instead, they're given bombs, and using those bombs, they have to wipe out the opposing team. That's exactly why the game blew up. It's not just about reflexes. You constantly have to use your brain, figuring out how to eliminate your opponents with strategy. It's intense, man. But while playing this game non-stop, Ryota forgets one important thing. He's already 22 years old, and he's basically a jobless bum in real life. Still, he doesn't really care. Inside the game, he's one of the best players in the world. He even has a girlfriend in the game, and that's exactly why Ryota wants to stay in that virtual world forever. But suddenly, Ryota passes out. When he opens his eyes, he finds himself hanging from a tree in the middle of the jungle. He looks down and realizes there's a parachute strapped to his shoulders. Ryota has no idea how he even got there. After detaching himself from the parachute and climbing down, he notices something strange. There's blood on his hands. He quickly tries to use his phone so he can call for help and get out of there, but there's no signal, 0 bars, nothing. And then he notices something even weirder. There's a green stone embedded in his hand. It's literally fitted inside his skin. Ryota has no clue who did this or how it even happened. He tries to pull the stone out. He presses and squeezes his hand repeatedly, but no matter what he does, he feels no pain and the stone doesn't come out. That's when he notices 2 bags lying behind him. He doesn't open the smaller one, but he decides to check the bigger bag. Inside, there's food and water. After eating a little and drinking some water, Ryota decides to walk around the jungle and figure out where the hell he is. But when Ryota starts wandering around the jungle, he runs into a bunch of creepy insects. The moment he sees them, he freaks out. Panicking, he runs like crazy and eventually makes it out of the jungle. But once he gets out, all he sees in front of him is the ocean. Nothing else, just endless sea. That's when Ryota starts remembering what happened on the last day before all this. So earlier that day, when Ryota came back home, his mom told him she had found a job for him. But instead of being thankful, Ryota got annoyed. He snapped at her and said he didn't want to do that job. After that, Ryota went to a store to buy some stuff, and when he walked out of the shop, 2 men suddenly appeared in front of him. He didn't know who they were. After that moment, everything goes blank. The next thing he remembers is waking up in this jungle. While thinking about all this, evening falls. Ryota finishes all the food in the big bag and drinks the remaining water. Now he's sitting there, wondering what the heck he's going to do tomorrow. That's when he notices the smaller bag. For a second, he hesitates, but then he decides to open it. Inside, there are a bunch of small bombs. At this point, Ryota has no idea what they really are. Curious, he picks one up and activates it, and suddenly the countdown starts. Before the timer can hit 0, he quickly throws it far away. Boom! The bomb explodes instantly. Now Ryota's just standing there stunned, thinking, why the hell are there so many bombs in my bag? But for now, he decides to ignore it. His main focus is figuring out how to get off this island. And then he spots a man in the distance. Ryota immediately starts shouting at him, thinking, finally, I'm saved. But the moment that man sees Ryota, he throws a bomb straight at him. Ryota barely manages to dodge it, and that's when something clicks in his mind. He remembers, in the game, this is exactly how he used bombs to eliminate his opponents. But right now, this isn't a game. Ryota grabs his bag and starts running. He tries to hide, trying to save his life, but the man doesn't stop chasing him. He keeps throwing bombs non-stop. At this point, Ryota realizes something. If he doesn't fight back, he's dead. So he pulls out a bomb from his bag and throws it at the man, but it doesn't explode. That's because he forgot to activate it. Then he throws another one, this time activating it first, but even then, it doesn't explode. He activated it the wrong way and ended up throwing it in the wrong direction. Now the man understands. Ryota has no clue how to properly use these bombs. Seeing that, the man rushes toward Ryota, trying to get close enough to finish him off. But Ryota
hides before the man can spot him. As the guy walks around searching for him, Ryota suddenly steps out from behind and threatens him. He says, "I'll throw this bomb at you if you don't tell me what the hell we're doing here and why we were given these bombs in the first place." Hearing those questions, the man starts laughing. He says, "Looks like your memory's been wiped. If you don't even know why you're here, then you probably don't know how to use those bombs either." And taking advantage of that, the man throws another bomb straight at Ryota. Ryota barely manages to survive and runs off, hiding somewhere again. While hiding, Ryota realizes something. Just staying hidden won't save him, so he decides to surrender. He steps out and says, "I'm not gonna fight you. I surrender." But the man doesn't stop. He throws another bomb at him anyway. The blast sends Ryota flying into a dense jungle-like area. Because of that, the man loses track of him and can't figure out where Ryota disappeared. That's when Ryota notices something strange. The green stone embedded in this hand is glowing. He quickly understands. It's working like a radar, which means hiding all day is pointless. If that man figures out how to use the radar too, he'll find him sooner or later. Ryota starts connecting the dots. This feels exactly like the game. In the game, they're given a similar radar, and they're also taught how to properly use bombs. If you want maximum impact on a player, first you activate the bomb, and then you throw it when there are only 3 seconds left on the countdown. Ryota takes a deep breath and tells himself, "I'm the best player in the world. This shouldn't be that hard." Meanwhile, the other man still has no clue where Ryota is hiding, so he decides to throw bombs in every direction, hoping Ryota will panic and reveal himself. Seeing this, Ryota immediately jumps into the water to hide. The moment the man hears the splash, he rushes toward the water, thinking he'll just toss a bomb in there and finish him off. But what he doesn't know is that this was all Ryota's setup. Ryota had already planted a bomb near the shore, and as soon as it explodes, the man is blown apart. His body is completely shattered. As pieces of the man's body fall into the water, Ryota sees everything. He freezes. He gets angry at himself. He feels sick. Tears well up in his eyes. "I just killed someone," he mutters to himself. But after a moment, he forces himself to accept it. It was self-defense. After that, Ryota goes to sleep. And then we see what actually happened before he ended up on this island. So Ryota had applied for a job at a gaming company. It was his dream job, but the company rejected him, straight up said no. After that, Ryota basically gave up on everything. He just kept playing games non-stop. He didn't want any other job. At home, his mom kept telling him, "If you didn't get into that gaming company, then work somewhere else. It's not like there's a shortage of jobs in the world. How long are you gonna sit at home doing nothing and playing games all day?" But Ryota got angry. He said, "I'll only work at that company. If not there, I'm not working anywhere." His mom kept trying to reason with him, but he wouldn't listen. Finally, he got so mad that he threw his console straight at the wall. It smashed hard. Then he looked at his mom and said, "It's my life. I'll figure out how to live it. You've already lived yours." And right after that, Ryota wakes up. The moment he opens his eyes, he feels hungry, so he starts looking around for food. That's when, near the river, he sees a girl. But the girl gets scared the second she sees him. Now, technically, they've already met before, but only inside the game, where both of them were using their avatars. This girl actually really likes Ryota. His pictures have appeared in magazines before, and she believes he's the #1 player. She thinks he can help her become #1 too. It was Ryota who invited her to join his team in the game. At that time, she was waiting for her own friends to come online, but they never showed up. So she ended up joining Ryota's team instead. And slowly, she started feeling like maybe fate wanted them to team up. The next day, her friend apologizes to her, saying, "Sorry, we had guests at home. That's why I couldn't come online." Now we learned the girl's name, Himeko. Himeko is very beautiful. A lot of boys are attracted to her. While she's shopping with her friend, she tells her, "That night when you didn't show up, I was playing with the best player in the world." Later, when the two girls are heading out somewhere, Himeko starts wondering what Ryota actually looks like in real life. What if he's some old guy? What am I supposed to do then? She thinks. Her friend laughs and tells her, "You seriously need to stop daydreaming." After that, both girls take photos wearing their game avatar costumes. When Himeko looks at the photos, she wonders if these pictures somehow reach Ryota, how would he react? Especially after finding out that the girl he played with yesterday is actually just a school student. Honestly, Himeko's real life is pretty normal. She's not super popular at school. She's not that famous in the game either. And yet, somehow, she ended up on this island. Himeko believes she's being punished for something. After searching for a long time, she also finds a bag filled with bombs. She realizes that if she wants to survive here, she might have to kill people. She decides to go into the jungle, but thinking about all the insects inside freaks her out. So for now, she chooses to rest where she is. While resting, she remembers something from school. Her classmates were talking about a rumor that if you write someone's name on a certain paper, the person you want to disappear will disappear, and whoever writes the name will receive 1 million yen. Right after that memory, Himeko opens her eyes. She sees 3 men standing in front of her. They say, "You don't need to be scared of us. We won't hurt you. Actually, we want you to join our team. With your bombs, we can catch a lot of fish. There's not much food in the jungle, and we'll need to survive for many days. Maybe a ship might pass by someday, and if not, our only option might be to participate in this game." But then the first man speaks up. "No, we're not going to participate in this game. That would be wrong." Hearing that, the first man says, "I won't take someone else's life just to save my own." The second man snaps back, "You're a coward. And remember this, when someone else's life is on the line, they won't hesitate for even a second before killing you." But the first man refuses to listen. He says, "Don't tell me what I should or shouldn't do. I'm a teacher. I know what's right and what's wrong. And don't think I'm weak either. I know judo." The second man scoffs, "Your judo won't mean crap against these bombs." Both of them are ready to fight. Suddenly, the second man grabs Himeko and says, "I'll give you 2 options. First, if you really believe in your moral values, then take your own life. Second, if you want to survive, you'll have to kill us right now." But Himeko quickly uses an electric device to protect herself. Then the second man suddenly says, "Relax. I'm not going to kill Himeko, and I'm not planning to kill anyone right now. I just did all that to show the teacher the reality of the situation." After that, the 3 of them start discussing that they need a leader, and somehow they choose Himeko as their leader. Himeko's confused. She doesn't understand why they picked her. Then all 3 of them look up at the sky. They see something being dropped from a plane. When they reach the spot, they realize it's food supplies. The 3 of them start eating calmly, but suddenly the teacher steps in and says, "We should save this food for later, and we should share it with others too. There might be more people on this island who need it." Before he can say anything else, the second man kills the teacher. He believes that if the teacher stayed alive, he would eventually become a problem for them. Seeing blood right in front of her, Himeko is shocked. And then she remembers what happened before she came to this island. She remembers being with her friends, planning to visit a guy named Senpai at his house. They met Senpai and were about to go inside, but suddenly Himeko said, "I need to go home for something. You guys go ahead, I'll come back soon." But she never came back. The next thing she remembers is waking up on this island. Back in the present, the chubby man wakes Himeko up and says, "We need to get out of here. That other guy might kill us too, just like he killed the teacher." As they start running, the chubby man tells her, "The stone in your hand, you can use it as a radar." When Himeko tries it, she realizes the second man is tracking them. While running, they reach a broken bridge. It looks unstable and dangerous. Himeko manages to cross it, but the chubby man hesitates. He's scared. Just then, the second man catches up and throws a bomb at him. To save his life, the chubby man quickly crosses the same bridge he was scared of a second ago. But the second man notices that the bomb he threw releases poisonous gas, so he decides not to chase them any further. After crossing, the chubby man tightly grabs Himeko's hand and says, "Sooner or later, you'll have to kill people to survive." But Himeko refuses. The chubby man starts forcing himself on her. Himeko punches him hard in the face. That only makes him angrier. He snaps and says, "Now no one can save you from me." He grabs her aggressively and is about to do something terrible. Himeko shocks him with her electric device and tries to run. Then we see a flashback. When Himeko returned to Senpai's house after going home, she saw something horrifying. Her friends had been assaulted, and it was Senpai, along with others, who did it. The same thing was about to happen to Himeko, but somehow she managed to escape, and she was running for her life. While running, Himeko runs into her best friend, who is being assaulted. Her friend cries out, "Help me!" But Himeko freezes. She's terrified. Instead of helping, she runs away, leaving her friend behind. She runs straight to the police station and tells them everything. After her report, Senpai and all his friends are arrested. But after that, all of Himiko's friends start hating her. They believe she abandoned them. Back in the present, Himiko is hiding somewhere, thinking about all of this. Suddenly, the chubby man finds her again and grabs her. He's about to assault her. This time, Himiko makes a decision. She decides she'll blow herself up with a bomb if she has to, just to kill this man. The chubby man panics and tries to run away, but Himiko doesn't let him escape. She activates the bomb and throws it at him. The explosion kills him instantly, and Himiko feels no regret. After that, she starts seeing all men the same way. She decides from now on, she'll protect herself on her own. Later, while she's washing herself near the water, Ryota arrives. But Ryota isn't looking at her body. His eyes go straight to the food lying next to her. The moment Himiko sees him, she runs. Ryota chases her, but she gets far away. Then he remembers he has a radar. He activates the stone in his hand and tracks her direction. Once he figures out where she went, he starts moving that way. Suddenly, he sees bushes shaking in front of him. He pulls out a bomb and is about to attack, but an old man steps out of the bushes and says, "Please don't kill me. I'm not participating in this game. I was just using the bathroom." Ryota lowers his guard and says, "Fine, I won't kill you. First, pull your pants up. Then tell me, what game are we playing and how did we get here?" The old man realizes Ryota doesn't remember what happened on the plane. He explains, "We were kidnapped by men in black. When I woke up, I was on a plane. There were 30 of us, and there were also armed guards." Then a man appeared on a screen and said, "I created this game." Ryota can't believe someone is calling this a game. The man on the screen continues, "We're taking you to an island. You won't be told anything about it. You won't be given food or water. If you want to live, you must play the game. If you refuse, my men will kill you right now." He also explains that they'll be given grenades, 8 different types. Each one works differently, but no one will be told how they function. To escape the island, they must collect 8 stones, the ones embedded in their hands, and they'll only get those stones by killing other players. Ryota tries to refuse. It even seems like he recognizes the man on the screen, but because Ryota keeps refusing to participate, they shock him with electricity until he passes out. After that, everyone is told to wear parachutes. They're informed the parachutes will open automatically. Anyone who refuses will be knocked out and thrown onto the island anyway. That's exactly what happened to Ryota. While landing, he got injured, which explains the blood on his hand. Now, Ryota realizes something else. The rules of this game are exactly the same as the video game he used to play every day. He starts thinking, maybe the same person who brought them to this island also created that video game. Then it hits him. He'll have to kill 6 more people to get off this island. The old man thinks Ryota looks shocked after hearing the truth, so he says, "Join my team." But Ryota hesitates. If he teams up with this man, eventually he might have to kill 14 people. The old man continues, "If you won't help me, then I won't participate in this game. I'll find another way to escape." Ryota says, "Fine, I'll team up with you. But first, show me what types of grenades you have." The old man refuses. It's obvious neither of them fully trusts the other. Ryota understands why. In a place like this, where anyone can kill you at any moment, trusting someone isn't easy. But slowly, they start trusting each other and decide to officially form a team. That's when Ryota learns the old man's name, Terra. Ryota thinks he talks like such a decent guy, so why was he brought here? Suddenly, they hear a noise in the sky. Ryota climbs up to check and Terra follows. They realize it's a plane, dropping supplies onto the island. Ryota assumes it must be food. One supply crate lands very close to him. He moves toward it, but before he can reach it, he sees a girl already there. The moment she picks up the supply, boom, a bomb explodes. She dies instantly. Then another man shows up, takes her stone, grabs her bombs, and even collects all the food supplies before leaving. Ryota realizes something terrifying. Food supplies are traps. Since they're visible from far away, any player can rig them with bombs. The moment someone approaches, they die. Then the killer takes both the stone and the food. When Terra joins him, Ryota apologizes. "I couldn't get the food. Someone got there first and set a trap. Honestly, it's good someone else reached it before me. Otherwise, I'd be dead." Soon after, they spot another supply drop. Ryota says, "We shouldn't go. It could be another trap." But Terra disagrees. "If we just sit here, we'll starve. It's better to take the risk." So both of them head toward it. Then the story shifts to a 14-year-old boy named Kira. Kira ran away from home because his father constantly abused him. Over time, he developed a habit of stealing. During one theft, he killed a man. Later, he he assaulted 3 girls. When the police arrested him, even they were shocked. He looked innocent. They believed he was mentally unstable and decided to send him to a rehab center instead of prison. A lawyer even took his case, but a few days later, we see Kira on the island, along with that same lawyer. After arriving, the lawyer is horrified watching Kira casually kill frogs for fun. Still, the lawyer believes Kira can be fixed. Soon, they notice the same food supplies being dropped from the plane. Then, we find out something shocking. Kira's father is also on the island. Kira is terrified of him. He might act rude with the lawyer, but in front of his father, he stays silent. The 3 of them reach a food supply hanging from a tree. Kira's father tries using Kira's bomb to blow up the tree and bring the food down, but it doesn't work. The lawyer explains, only the owner of a bomb can activate it. Kira's father threatens him. Under pressure, Kira activates the bomb and gets the food down. After getting the food, the father says, "I'll only share this with those who obey me." The lawyer protests, but the father snaps, "Your authority means nothing here. Do what I say." Then, in a brutal move, Kira's father squeezes him painfully, making him scream. It reminds Kira of all the abuse he suffered at home. Overwhelmed with rage, Kira activates his bomb and kills his father. After his father dies, Kira thinks the lawyer will protect him, but the lawyer only cares about saving himself. He tells Kira, "Your father was a bad man, but you're even worse. You should have died first." Then the lawyer runs away. At that moment, Kira notices someone approaching. It's Ryota and Terra. When they arrive, Ryota realizes something important. The radar didn't detect Kira because the radar only tracks moving targets. If someone stands completely still, it can't detect them. Ryota asks Kira, "Did you kill them?" Kira replies calmly, "Yeah, I killed them. There are no rules here. On this island, only the strongest survive." After saying that, Kira starts collecting all of his father's bombs. Seeing the opportunity, Ryota and Terra try to run away, but Kira isn't about to let them escape. This island feels just like the video game he used to play all the time. Using his radar, Kira quickly tracks their location. Now Ryota is thinking, should he stop and fight Kira or just keep running? Suddenly, Terra twists his knee. Terra tells him, "Keep running, leave me here." Ryota hesitates. Is he really going to risk his life for a man he just met? But then he decides he'll lure Kira in another direction to save Terra. He also makes up his mind. Once he defeats Kira, he'll take all his bombs. Now both Ryota and Kira start using their radars to track each other's positions. Ryota turns around and activates his radar, and Kira appears right behind him. Immediately, both of them start throwing bombs at each other. Very quickly, they realize something. Their opponent knows this game inside out. Both of them have mastered the original video game, but Ryota understands one key difference. He's a 4-star player. Kira is only a 3-star player. Meanwhile, during their fight, Terra quietly goes to Kira's father's body and takes the stone embedded in his hand. Back in the battle, Ryota keeps wondering what types of bombs Kira has. He keeps running, hiding, and eventually tries setting up a trap for Kira. Kira continues chasing him non-stop. At one point, Kira steps into Ryota's trap, but the bomb isn't powerful enough, so Kira survives. Using his radar, Kira locates Ryota again. This time, Kira uses a bomb with vacuum power. The suction makes it extremely difficult for Ryota to keep running. To counter it, Ryota uses his bag to block and resist the vacuum force. Kira now realizes something important. Ryota is an amazing player inside the game, but in real life, he can't bring himself to kill someone. At this moment, Kira loses sight of Ryota, so he starts shouting, "I don't even know the difference between right and wrong." Hearing that, Ryota instinctively opens his mouth to respond and reason with him, and the moment he speaks, he gives away his location.
Kira immediately throws a bomb towards Ryota. Ryota manages to survive, but while dodging the blast, he hits his head. When he sees his own blood, something changes. He realizes he'll have to play this game the same way he used to play the video game. Thinking of himself as the main player now, Ryota steps out into the open. Kira spots him instantly and throws a vacuum bomb straight at him, but Ryota blocks it with his back and starts running again. Kira activates his radar to track Ryota's position, but nothing shows up. He assumes Ryota must be standing still somewhere to avoid detection, but that's not what's happening. Ryota is actually circling around Kira, throwing bombs at him from different angles. Kira can't figure out why his radar isn't picking him up.
The truth is, Ryota has mastered a technique only pro players know. Using that method, he jams Kira's radar. He turned his radar on at the exact same moment Kira did, disrupting the signal and confusing him non-stop. Finally, Ryota throws one last bomb near Kira. The blast knocks Kira unconscious for a short moment. As Kira collapses, Ryota comes back to his senses. He mutters to himself, realizing that if he had gone any further, someone might have died because of him. Kira is then tied to a tree, and Ryota takes all of his bombs. As Ryota is about to leave, Kira asks, "What's your name?" Ryota doesn't give his real name. Instead, he tells him his in-game name. The moment Kira hears it, he understands. This guy is the best player in Japan. Kira smiles to himself and says, "Man, this island's gonna be fun." Later, Ryota and Tira finally find some decent food. It's just cup noodles, but in a place like this, that's basically 5-star dining. After eating, Tira keeps thanking Ryota for risking his life to save him. Then he suddenly breaks down crying. But Tira still doesn't understand why he was brought to this island. What mistake did he even make? We're then shown Ryota's home. His mother was about to take her own life, but Ryota's father arrives just in time and saves her. She says, "It's my fault our son turned out like this. I didn't raise him properly. That's why he doesn't even see you as his father, and he never listens to me either." Because of that, she was forced to sign some papers, and that's the reason Ryota was sent to this island. Back on the island, Ryota and Tara find the dead body of a heavy man. Ryota tells Tara, "Stay here, watch the food supply. I'll go up and check if someone's keeping an eye on us." While climbing up, Ryota doesn't turn on his radar, so enemies won't detect him. Deeper inside, he finds another dead body, already rotting. The sight almost makes him throw up, but he holds himself together. He notices that the stone from the corpse's hand has already been removed. Meanwhile, Tara secretly takes the stone from the heavy man's hand and keeps it for himself. Now Ryota has no choice but to activate his radar. He sees there's a girl nearby, the same girl he noticed earlier. Himiko also realizes someone just used a radar, so she immediately throws a poisonous gas bomb, trying to force whoever's hiding in the forest to come out. Ryota steps forward and reveals himself. He notices Himiko has 4 bags. If they fight, she'll easily win. So he says, "I don't want to fight you. I think we should work together." For a moment, Himiko listens, but as soon as Ryota steps closer, she suddenly throws a bomb at him. He barely survives. Even then, Ryota keeps approaching her without throwing any bombs, trying to convince her. Himiko attempts to shock him with an electric bomb, but Ryota dodges it. Instead, she accidentally shocks herself and collapses unconscious. Taking advantage of the situation, Ryota quickly takes all her bombs. He carries her back down, but halfway there, Himiko regains consciousness. She looks at him and asks, "What are you planning to do with me?" Ryota calmly tells her, "Your body is temporarily paralyzed. That means you can't move right now. So I want you to come with us and at least listen to what I have to say." But Himiko doesn't trust him. She's scared that Ryota might take advantage of her condition. With difficulty, she pulls out a bomb from her pocket and says, "If that's the case, then I'd rather we both die right now." Ryota quickly stops her. He says, "I promise, nothing wrong will happen to you." When Himiko meets Tara, Tara says, "We want you to join our team. If we work together, maybe we can go back home." Himiko replies bitterly, "What's the point of going back home? The people who were supposed to love us signed the papers and sent us here. They want us dead. They don't want to see us alive." Ryota asks, "How do you know all this?" Himiko explains that her own friends wrote her name on the form because they believed she didn't help them when they needed her. Then Tara shares his story. Before coming to this island, he got into a fight with one of his customers. After hearing both of them, Ryota realizes something terrifying. Everyone trapped on this island was sent here by someone close to them, and deep inside, he understands the truth. The one who signed his paper was probably his own mother. He doesn't want to accept it. Suddenly, they hear strange noises coming from the jungle. Ryota checks his radar. Nothing shows up. Tara turns on a flashlight. In the darkness, they see glowing eyes staring at them. Tara panics. "We have to run." Ryota and Tara can run.
But Himiko can't. Her body is still paralyzed. And now, several giant lizards are crawling toward them. Ryota tells Tara, "Take Himiko and go somewhere safe. I'll handle this." He throws a stone at one lizard and kills it. But to deal with the rest, he uses bombs, the same bombs he took from Kira. However, since Kira is still alive, the ownership of those bombs hasn't transferred to Ryota yet. For a moment, Ryota struggles to find his own bomb bag. Meanwhile, one of the lizards bites Terra's leg. Terra screams in pain. Luckily, Ryota finds his bag just in time and manages to drive all the lizards away. The three of them move to a safer place. Himiko is on Ryota's shoulder. Terra is carrying the food supplies and bombs. Terra keeps praising Ryota, saying, "You could have left both of us behind, but you didn't. That proves you're a hero." But the truth is, Terra is terrified. He keeps praising Ryota because he's scared that if Ryota abandons him, he'll die alone on this island. Later, we learn something important about Terra. No matter how nicely he talks, and no matter how good he acts around his family, he was never kind to his customers. He mistreated them. He even did several wrong things in business. And now, Terra finally understands. That's probably the reason he was sent to this island.
Suddenly, the lizards attack again. In the chaos, Ryota and Terra get separated. Ryota quickly turns on his radar to find Terra, but he can't locate him anywhere. For a second, a dark thought crosses his mind. Did Terra betray me? After all, Terra has all the food supplies and bombs. Just as a lizard is about to jump on Ryota, a bomb flies in and blows the creature apart. Terra appears from behind. "I couldn't track your location," he says. Ryota exhales. "I'm sorry, I doubted you." Terra shakes his head. "You don't need to apologize. When people are alone and scared, their minds only think of the worst." After that, Terra reveals all the secrets about his bombs, how many types he has and how they work. He does this because he truly trusts Ryota now. Deep down, he knows he can't survive without him. As they try to escape the jungle, they spot a small building in the distance. The three of them attempt to climb up, but the rusty stairs break and they all fall down. Terra says, "I'll hold off the lizards. You take Himiko and climb up." Ryota tries repeatedly to wake Himiko up, but she doesn't regain consciousness. Terra's bombs can only kill one lizard at a time. When he turns around, he sees Himiko lying on the ground, and Ryota has already climbed to the top of the building. To drive the lizards away, Ryota uses a poison bomb. He shouts, "I released poison in the middle of the jungle, but the wind might blow toward us too." Then he adds, "I used Himiko's hand to activate her bomb." Soon after, Himiko regains consciousness, and the three of them enter the building. Inside, they notice signs that bombs were used here as well. That means someone else was here before them. Terra's leg starts hurting badly. A lizard bit him earlier and the wound hasn't been cleaned or treated. Ryota decides to help him. He searches for anything he can use to disinfect the wound. He asks Himiko to help, but she immediately says, "Don't touch my body. Don't even come near me. After what happened in my past, I don't trust any guy." Still, Ryota continues cleaning Terra's wound. Terra keeps moving his leg because of the pain. Ryota tells Himiko, "Hold him still." She refuses. "I'm not touching anyone." Ryota looks at her seriously. "When you were unconscious, Terra saved your life, so right now, you need to help him." After a moment of hesitation, Himiko finally helps. Together, they clean and treat Terra's wound. Terra rests for a while, but none of them know what to do next. Meanwhile, we see the people who organized this entire game. They're watching everything closely. One of them notes that Ryota has fought 4 people so far, but he has only killed 1. He spared the others. From the way things look, Ryota seems to be trying to build a team. The man tells his staff, "Keep watching him closely. He's our most valuable player." At the same time, Himiko is looking at a cosplay photo on her phone. Ryota casually asks, "Where did you take that cosplay picture?" Himiko immediately kicks him in the leg. "Who told you to look at my phone? And don't think I'm teaming up with you. I'm not forming a team with either of you, and I'm definitely not telling you my real name." Then Ryota asks, "You've got so many food suitcases and all those bombs. That means you've killed a lot of people, right?"
Now, Ryota thinks he can't trust this girl. Sooner or later, she might betray both of them and walk away with all the stones. Himeko starts trying to justify herself. She begins explaining everything that happened to her, but Ryota cuts her off. He says, "If you kill both of us right now, you'll have enough stones to leave this island." Of course you want us to believe your story. That way, we start trusting you, and when the time's right, you stab us in the back. Right then, they realize someone nearby is using their radar. Ryota quickly tells Himeko, "Your location's exposed because you kept moving. You should leave us and go somewhere far away." But then Ryota decides he'll go into the jungle himself and catch the person who just used the radar. The moment he enters the jungle, he activates his own radar and keeps running around, making sure whoever's hiding doesn't head toward their hideout.
He activates it again, and suddenly his opponent appears right behind him, and that opponent turns out to be Himeko's former teammate, the guy she had teamed up with earlier. Ryota keeps dodging and running. Eventually, he corners himself and warns the guy, "I'll throw a bomb at you. You're using a knife," but Ryota doesn't realize there's another person hiding in the jungle, a lawyer. The two of them team up and overpower Ryota. They start checking his bombs. The lawyer says he's carrying a lot of bombs. That means he's killed a lot of people. The lawyer keeps telling his partner, "Kill him," but the partner hesitates. In that moment, Ryota uses an electric shock on the lawyer and runs away. The man doesn't chase him immediately. He lets Ryota escape on purpose. He wants to see where Ryota goes to hide. When Ryota returns to his hideout, Himeko says, "Whether you two live or die, I don't care. I'm taking my stuff and leaving." But just as she's about to go, that man shows up. He says, "I let Ryota go on purpose. I knew he'd run back to his hideout, and I knew you two were working together. The electric shock he used on the lawyer is the same kind you used on me earlier." He continues, "You've got a lot of bombs. That means you killed the chubby guy too. Now hand over all your stones and bombs." Ryota stands up and threatens him, but deep down, Ryota starts realizing something. Maybe he was wrong about this game. To escape, he needs 8 stones too, and to get them, he has to kill others. If he refuses to kill, he'll never leave this island. Tyra tries to step in and stop the man, but the man slashes Tyra's fingers with the knife. Then he pushes Ryota off as well. When Ryota regains consciousness, he finds himself hanging from a tree. He manages to return to the hideout and sees Tyra's hand bleeding badly. All their supplies are gone. Ryota looks for Himeko, but she's already left. Then he notices Himeko's phone lying there. He checks it and sees the photos she had been hiding. That's when it hits him. Himeko is the same girl who had been playing with him in the game all this time, the girl he slowly fell in love with. And without wasting a second, Ryota runs off to save Himeko. Tyra says, "Please, don't leave me." Ryota replies, "I have to. That's the only way I can save Himeko and bring back medicine to stop your bleeding." But Tyra keeps begging him not to go. Ryota doesn't listen. He leaves to rescue Himeko. Meanwhile, the two men capture Himeko and decide they'll torture her slowly. Just as they're about to start, they sense someone using a radar. The man realizes Ryota is still alive. He tells the lawyer, "Keep throwing bombs if Ryota shows up. I'll hide somewhere. I don't have any bombs left." Soon, explosions start going off everywhere. The man has no idea who's alive and who's dead. He comes out and asks his partner, "Did you kill Ryota?" The lawyer replies, "He showed up a while ago. I threw a bomb at him, but he disappeared." They both activate their radars to find Ryota, but since Ryota is staying completely still in one spot, they can't detect his location. Ryota sneaks into the room where Himeko is being held captive. As soon as he opens the door, a bomb drops from above. He quickly catches it before it hits the ground and deactivates it. Then he frees Himeko. For a moment, Ryota feels like she's truly the same girl he liked in the game, but Himeko still isn't ready to fully trust him. Ryota starts thinking maybe saving her was a mistake. Suddenly, the radar activates again. Their location is exposed. The man orders the lawyer, "Go kill Ryota." While Ryota and the lawyer are fighting, throwing bombs at each other, the other man goes after Himeko and captures her. He says to Ryota, "I dropped my knife. I want a hand-to-hand fight. No bombs. And just so you know, I've already collected 4 stones. If you beat me, they're yours. This is your chance to escape." Ryota had been hiding, but after hearing all that, he rushes in and attacks using the man's own knife. The man grabs him and says, "I told you, hand to hand, and you tried to use my own knife against me?" Himeko desperately tries to help Ryota. The man throws her aside, but he soon realizes that when Himeko jumped onto him earlier, she had secretly planted a gas bomb on his body. The gas activates. Ryota and Himeko run. They reach a dead end, nowhere to escape. Ryota spots a small opening above them. He climbs up first and then pulls Himeko up. The man grabs Himeko's leg. Ryota throws a bomb. The explosion kills the man. Ryota saves Himeko. Elsewhere, the person monitoring the entire island says, "I didn't expect Ryota to kill him. I thought the other guy would win this game." Back in the past, when all her friends stopped talking to her and abandoned her, Himeko locked herself in her room and kept playing that same game. That's when she met Ryota. He never asked about her past. He just said, "Everyone has a past. I don't care. I'll always stay by your side, no matter what. Back in the present, Ryota has 3 more stones, but he makes a promise to himself. No matter what happens, he won't lose control. He won't kill unnecessarily. We also learned something else. The players are being constantly monitored. They're being 3D scanned so a new game can be created based on them and sold for huge profit. That's the real reason behind all this. Ryota and Himeko decide to stay there for the night. Going into the jungle at this hour would be too dangerous. They change clothes. Ryota says, "I'll sleep in the other room." Himeko replies, "You can sleep in the same room as me, just don't cross this line." Later, when Ryota thinks Himeko is asleep, he opens up. He says softly, "I know you're the girl from the game, the one I like. You were the first girl who never judged me, not for how I look, where I live, or what I do. That's why I like you. That's why I came to save you, without any weapons." After confessing, Ryota goes to sleep, thinking she didn't hear him. But Himeko is wide awake. She hears everything. Now she's conflicted. She sees every man as dangerous, as the same. But she always dreamed of meeting Ryota one day. She even imagined marrying him. So now, what will Himeko choose? While Himeko is lost in her thoughts, a sudden light flashes across her face. She sees a creepy figure holding a flashlight. She screams and wakes up. Ryota immediately asks, "What happened?" Himeko says, "I thought I saw someone with a flashlight." Ryota responds, "We need to stay alert. There could be other players nearby." Both of them activate their radars, but nothing shows up. Then they notice something glowing in the distance. Ryota tells Himeko, "I'll go check it out. You stay here." As Ryota approaches the spot, he sees food supplies lying there. There are also several other items placed in a way that makes him suspicious. It feels like a trap. He's about to leave, but suddenly a strange person attacks him. Ryota barely dodges multiple times. In the final moment, he manages to push the attacker away. That's when he realizes it's a woman and she has one arm missing. That's why they couldn't detect her on the radar. Ryota brings Himeko to the location and explains everything. When the woman regains consciousness, she starts screaming at the sight of Ryota. Himeko tells Ryota to step outside so she can talk to her. The woman explains, "I worked as a nurse in a hospital for 40 years. There was a doctor I liked. One day he got into serious trouble and I helped him get out of it." She continues, "But when he came to this island and saw me, he threw a bomb at me to take my chip and escape. He made it off the island. The bomb wasn't strong enough to kill me, but I lost my arm." Then she looks at Himeko and says, "Remember this, once you collect 6 stones, the real question won't be survival. It'll be who you choose to trust." Himeko tells Ryota everything. She says, as soon as someone collects 6 stones, a helicopter will arrive to take them off the island. After hearing this, Ryota forms a plan. He says, "Once we collect 7 stones, I'll force the helicopter to come early. Then we'll hijack it and all of us will escape together. But for now, they need to go back to Tyra. When they return, they see that Tyra is doing better, and the person helping him is that same doctor who betrayed the nurse. The doctor is helping Tyra for a reason. He plans to use him later." Ryota and Himeko arrive and warn the doctor to stay away from Tyra. The doctor calmly says, "I was just passing by. I saw him dying, so I saved him." Tyra tells Ryota, "We can trust him. He saved my life." Finally, Ryota says, "Fine, you can join our team, but first, show me your bombs." When the doctor reveals his weapons, Ryota realizes something. These bombs require a remote control to activate. That means the doctor isn't as immediate a threat as he first seemed, but the doctor has something else in mind. The doctor already knew they had a total of 6 stones, so his plan was simple. Somehow collect 1 more stone and later betray them, take all the stones for himself, and get the hell out of there. Just then, they see another food supply crate dropping from the sky. Ryota immediately says they have to go collect it. When they reach closer, they check the radar and realize there are 6 people in that area. Even with that many players around, Ryota still insists they need that supply. As they move forward, they look at the radar again and notice something. 2 of them have hidden, while the other 2 are still chasing them. While running, Ryota spots the same guy who had set a trap for him earlier. Back then, Ryota survived, but another girl ended up dying instead. Now, both of them want the suitcase, but as they rush for it, they both fall down, and that's it. No more running. They have to face each other. Both of them start throwing bombs at one another like crazy. Meanwhile, on the other side, we see Himeko. She runs into a girl, and this girl is actually with that same guy. Without wasting a second, the girl knocks Himeko unconscious, then leaves a bomb above her and walks away. Back to Ryota, he's still fighting that man, hiding behind a rock while bombs explode around him. The doctor manages to grab the suitcase, but there's still a parachute attached to it, and it's causing him trouble. Suddenly, another guy throws a bomb at the doctor. Ryota quickly yells at him, telling him to drop the suitcase and run. The doctor runs, but before escaping, he plants a bomb on the suitcase so it detaches from the parachute. As the suitcase falls, the doctor shouts to Ryota to catch it. Ryota grabs the suitcase mid-drop and starts running. Now we cut back to Himiko, and she's still alive. She suddenly attacks the girl and says, "First of all, I've got bombs that I can activate instantly. Yours take time to trigger. And with my other hand, I can shock you with electricity. So yeah, in this fight, I'm the one who's winning." At the same time, Ryota is still running with the suitcase when suddenly fire bombs start raining down on it. And they're not random. They're being thrown by a man who has arrived there with Kira. Kira orders the man to kill Ryota immediately, but the guy refuses. Now Ryota is trapped in the middle of flames when suddenly another man shows up, kicks him straight in the face, grabs the suitcase, and jumps into the water because the suitcase has caught fire. Ryota jumps into the water too since his own body is on fire. Kira then tells his partner they need to move to the shore quickly and make sure those two don't climb back up. Meanwhile, the girl keeps talking to Himiko. She says she knows why Himiko carries that electric shock weapon, because something bad happened to her in the past. Hearing that, Himiko completely loses control and tries attacking her non-stop, but the girl quickly disarms her and takes Himiko hostage. Still, Himiko can't give up. She has to survive for Ryota. As the two continue fighting, suddenly the doctor's bomb lands near them, forcing both of them to run. The doctor never intended to save Himiko. He actually wanted both of them dead. But when he reaches the spot, he realizes Himiko is still alive. He starts asking if she's okay, pretending like he actually cares. Himiko understands right away. He's just acting. But if she says anything, the doctor might attack her instantly. Back at the shore, Ryota keeps trying to climb up, but he notices someone else approaching, so he hides. The man sees a suitcase lying near the shore and walks toward it to pick it up. What he doesn't know is that there's a bomb placed underneath it. It's a trap, and because of that, the man loses his life.
Just then, another guy shows up. He pulls the stone out of Ryota's hand and starts walking away. Ryota immediately threatens him, yelling, "I've got a bomb. If you move, I'll drop it on you." Hearing that, the guy drops his suitcase and all his bombs right there and starts walking forward slowly. Ryota doesn't know what to do. He can't trust this guy. For all he knows, the dude might have set up some kind of trap. Ryota even checks the guy's hands, thinking maybe he has a bomb controlled by a hidden switch, but there's nothing in his hands. After that, Ryota walks toward the suitcase, but the guy didn't have the remote in his hand. It was in his mouth, and in an instant, he presses the button. Boom! An explosion goes off. The guy assumes he just killed Ryota. To confirm, he activates his radar to check, but Ryota is still alive. Meanwhile, somewhere else, a man is watching their fight and enjoying every second of it. He says that both of them have already collected enough stones. If either one kills the other, they'll be able to leave this island. Hearing that, Ryota suddenly starts throwing all his remaining bombs across the island. He's doing it on purpose. He figures if there's enough smoke everywhere, he can grab the suitcase and escape under cover. But instead of attacking Ryota, the guy heads toward a third player to steal his fire-type bomb. After that, he keeps launching fire bombs at Ryota non-stop. Now Ryota has no choice. To save himself, he jumps straight into the water. From underwater, Ryota secretly watches how the guy takes the suitcase and leaves. And honestly, there's nothing he can do. Before leaving though, the guy calls Ryota by his name. That stops him cold. Ryota starts thinking, how the hell does this guy know my name? He even asks him directly, but the guy doesn't say a word and just walks away. When Ryota comes back up to the shore, he sees Kira there. Kira says, "I watched your fight. That was fun as hell. I'd love to fight you again." He also says he took back his bombs because Ryota can't use them unless Kira dies. At this point, Ryota is completely exhausted and he passes out. When he wakes up, he sees Himiko and the doctor there with him. Ryota tells the doctor, "I couldn't protect the suitcase." The doctor says it's fine, but in his mind, he's cursing Ryota, thinking, if I had gone after the suitcase myself, maybe I could have saved it. After returning to their hideout, Ryota keeps thinking about one thing.
How did that guy know his name? And then suddenly, something clicks. He remembers an old friend, someone who looked exactly like the guy he just fought. His name was Oda. Oda and Ryota used to be best friends. They shared everything with each other. One day, Ryota told Oda that he liked a girl. Oda told him, "Then go confess already, man." But Ryota wasn't ready. Later, Ryota finds out that the girl he liked was crying because of Oda, and then he learns something that makes his blood boil. Oda and that girl had slept together. Ryota completely loses it. He starts beating Oda non-stop. After their fight, both of them get suspended from school for a few days, but Ryota never goes back. He drops out completely. Later, he hears that Oda started his own club. Now, Ryota regrets something. He feels like he should have at least asked Oda what the truth really was. And at this point, Ryota is almost sure the guy he fought today was Oda. Meanwhile, the doctor has to share his food with everyone, but deep down, he's thinking about how to steal their stones and escape alone, because if he sticks with them, he might end up dead too. We then see Ryota trying to eat, and even trying to feed Uncle Terra, but Uncle Terra refuses to eat anything. That's when Ryota turns to the doctor and asks, "What's wrong with him?" The doctor explains that because of the lizard's venom, Uncle Terra's recovery speed isn't working properly. Ryota then says to Himiko, "You remember that girl we met? The one whose arm was cut off? There were a bunch of medicines in her house. I'll go grab some. I'll take the doctor with me." But Himiko doesn't trust the doctor at all. She's worried that he might attack Ryota on the way, so she says, "I'm coming too." And just like that, they leave Terra alone again. On the way, Himiko tells Ryota straight up, "I don't trust that guy." Ryota replies, "We have to trust him. He shared his food with us, and he saved Terra's life." When the three of them reach the location, the doctor asks, "How did you guys know about this place?" They don't mention the lady. Instead, they say, "We've been here before." The moment they enter, the doctor already knows exactly where the medicine section is. He immediately starts collecting supplies. When Ryota walks in, the doctor says, "I heard what Himiko was saying about me, but I know you trust me, so I want you to keep this suitcase with you." But suddenly, Himiko screams, "Ryota, don't take that suitcase. There's a bomb inside." The doctor smirks and says, "Too late," and instantly he presses the button. Right after that, he starts moving toward Himiko to kill her, but out of nowhere, the one-armed lady shows up and attacks the doctor. The moment he sees her, he recognizes exactly who she is. Now, we jump back to a scene from 10 minutes earlier. Himiko had met that same lady and asked her about the medicine. The lady explained that only antibiotics and painkillers were left there. The rest were stored somewhere else. At that moment, both of them noticed the doctor nearby. Himiko sees him placing a bomb inside the suitcase. The lady sees it too. Himiko immediately runs to save Ryota, but she's too late. After that, the lady tells Himiko, "I can save you, but I don't have the strength to fight that doctor again." Just then, the doctor calls both of them outside. The lady, furious, steps out, but the doctor had already planted a bomb there. The second she walks out, it explodes. Because of that blast, she collapses. After that, the doctor starts walking toward Himiko to kill her, but before doing it, he says, "If you want, we can team up. We'll collect stones together and leave this island." Himiko refuses. She doesn't believe a word he says. She even prepares herself to die. The doctor then uses Ryota's bomb to try and kill her, but the bomb hits Himiko's body and bounces back. At that moment, the doctor realizes Ryota is still alive, and right then, Ryota steps out in front of them. Ryota explains, "When you handed me the suitcase, you immediately started running. That's when I knew there had to be a bomb inside. So I threw it away and hid." The doctor understands he can't defeat Ryota in a direct fight. His bombs require a remote to activate, so he starts running, trying to lure Ryota into a trap. Ryota suddenly stops at a specific spot, the exact place where the doctor had hidden a bomb. But what the doctor doesn't know is Ryota already moved that bomb earlier, and because of that, the doctor gets caught in his own blast and is seriously injured. When the doctor falls unconscious, Ryota says, "We have to kill him." But then the lady shows up again. She's not dead yet. She says, "I'll take his life with my own hands." However, just before dying, the doctor says, "Please forgive me. The lady, who was burning with rage a second ago, hesitates. In the end, she doesn't kill him. She forgives him, and then she starts treating his injuries instead. After that, Ryota tells Himiko we should head back to Terra. But before that, we'll check all the dead bodies I fought earlier and take their stones. But when they reach the bodies, they realize something shocking. None of the corpses have their stones anymore. Ryota immediately understands. All the stones must be with Terra, because Terra has been with him since the beginning. As they approach their hideout, just when Ryota is about to climb up, a tracking bomb comes flying toward them, and Ryota instantly realizes that's Terra's bomb. Here's what happened. While Terra was left alone, he started hallucinating. It felt like his wife and children were calling him home. That's when he made a decision. He decided he would kill Ryota and Himiko, take their stones, and escape the island himself. So Terra left the hideout, planted the tracking bomb, and walked away.
As soon as the two of them arrive, the tracking bombs activate and start attacking them non-stop. Ryota keeps knocking each bomb down one by one, but during the chaos, one of the explosions injures his leg. Himiko shouts, "Terra, come out!" But Terra doesn't respond. He's hiding somewhere. Ryota keeps scanning the area using his radar over and over again, but he still can't find Terra. At that moment, Ryota feels like this is all his fault. Terra had always said, "Don't leave me alone, I get scared." And yet they kept leaving him behind every single time. That's why he's attacking them now. Ryota starts remembering his own childhood. His father was always buried in work and never had time for him. Then one day, when his mom remarried, Ryota began hating his real father. He hated his stepfather even more and kept acting out at home. And now it hits him. He's become just like his own father. The same mistake his dad made, leaving him alone, he did the same thing to Terra. Himiko realizes she has to save Ryota, so she starts catching the bombs herself one by one and deactivating them. Seeing her do that, Ryota understands this is the same Himiko he fell in love with. But then Terra changes his target. He starts throwing all his bombs toward Himiko instead. Still, the two of them manage to deactivate every single one together. Now Terra panics and starts running away. Ryota and Himiko chase after him, trying to calm him down and bring him back to the team. But Terra believes that if he gets caught, they'll kill him. While running, Terra suddenly slips and falls down a slope. Ryota approaches him and says, "I'm sorry. We won't leave you alone anymore. Please come back with us." For a moment, Terra considers going back, but it's too late. A group of giant lizards surrounds him. Terra understands he's about to die, so he pulls out the last bomb from his bag. He apologizes to his family and then detonates it, ending his own life. Hearing the explosion, Ryota and Himiko rush over. They realize Terra is gone. Ryota blames himself over and over for Terra's death. He tells Himiko, "It wasn't Terra's fault. We kept leaving him alone. That's why he became like this. This is on me." But then Himiko says something unexpected. "You have to leave this place. I collected 3 stones from Terra, and I already have 3 of my own. If you kill me, you'll get mine too. Then you can escape." She continues, "Even if I survive and leave this island, I don't have anyone waiting for me out there. I want you to make it out alive. You've saved my life so many times, so please take my life and go." She adds softly, "I wanted to spend my whole life with you, but if I have to die to save yours, I will. So kill me right now." Himiko refuses. He says, "No, we'll collect all the stones together and we'll leave this island together." After saying that, the two of them kiss. Ryota clearly wants to take things further, but Himiko isn't ready. Because of what happened in her past, she's still scared. Ryota tells her gently, "I'm not going to force you into anything. I just want us to get out of here safely." Then the two of them hug each other tightly. Finally, we see the game organizers flying in a helicopter. They're heading back to the island to retrieve something valuable. But for now, everyone else still has to keep fighting if they want to go home. And just like that, the game ends. But the question is, would you survive this island? If you enjoyed this recap, hit that like button, subscribe to Prime Anime Recap, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next insane story. More crazy anime breakdowns coming soon. See you in the next one.